Okay, the first thing you want to do whenever you're creating a pottery piece is put a ball of clay on the wheel. Set the wheel speed. Wet your hands. Center the ball of clay by pressing down and in towards the middle. When it is balanced and not wobbling anymore, it is centered. Once it's centered, you break in with your thumbs. Take the elephant eared sponge, wet the clay, slow the wheel speed down. Begin by pulling with your left hand on the inside, out and up. Wet the clay again. You want to smooth the rim. You may adjust the shape of the bowl. Using a sponge that is fairly dry, you want to dry the inside out to compress the bottom. Shut the wheel off. You have the basic shape of a bowl that you have just created. Okay, for trimming a pottery piece, you must turn the pottery piece upside down on the wheel. You want to take clay and make it into a coil that you're going to place on the wheel to hold the object from sliding around. Turn the wheel on. Use a loop trimming tool to check to see if the pottery piece is balanced. If it leaves a mark on the side of the pottery piece, you shut the wheel off. Move slightly the object so it is balanced. Turn the wheel back on. You're ready to trim. Trimming is to remove some of the excess clay in the bottom that lend support to it in the wet stage. And trimming is also to add a design or a style that you wish to incorporate into your object. Once the excess clay is removed, another purpose of trimming the bottom of a pottery piece is to place a foot in the bottom of it. This is a recessed area in the bottom that causes the clay, whenever it is turned right side up, to be standing on the little rim that you have just created. The middle will be not touching the table whenever you stand this right side up. Remove the clay from the outside that is holding the object. Lift the object up. It's still flexible at this stage. It's leather hard. Take the object with you and place it on the countertop back here. Okay, we finished trimming the bowl. We sat it back to dry after it was trimmed and the foot was placed on the bowl. When the object dries all the way, you place it into the kiln for firing. Right now it is really fragile because it is dry, but it is not fired. When it comes out of the kiln after firing, it'll be bisqueware, it'll have a ring to it, and it is able to be glazed. This time I'll demonstrate glazing. Make sure the glaze is mixed thoroughly prior to pouring the glaze in. Pour the glaze into the container. You may get a nice even coat on the inside by pouring it in and pouring it back out so it goes back into the container. If you have excess or if it's real thick, you're going to want to brush it around. The outside of the pottery piece may be glazed, even the bottom. When you finish glazing the entire object, it again goes into the kiln for firing. Once it is fired in the kiln and brought up to approximately 1900 degrees, it should come out shiny and have a glass coating on it and have the final product being a completed pottery piece.